And we are back. Y'all see us with the fellas. Welcome to another episode of PVT Player versus Team. And I know that we took a little week hiatus. I was in the middle of the ocean fucking around with, you know what I'm saying, killer whales, free willy, and all the shit like that. But I am back. Okay. I'm back.
Let's do like we do on Gentleman's Talk. We call it season 2.
You know what I mean? Just like DJ Michael B said. But how we doing today, fellas?
Willie seems like he's blind, but I'm magnificent.
My computer, for some reason, I could not get my computer to act right for nothing. It took me a minute, but I fixed it, and I'm here.
You know, your dynamic trio is back, you know, all scattered all across America. I am in Houston, Texas.
I am in Augusta, Georgia, home of the Masters.
Hey, and I am in California, California, home of the Not Like Us record. I'm just playing.
Well, you know, they did tell me it never rains in Southern California. Now, can you deny or confirm that for me?
That is true. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just came back from LA, and it definitely does not rain in LA. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Maybe it's just the water. Maybe because they have lack of water, but it don't rain out there. Okay, it just don't rain out there. You don't get no rain. You got to go to the coast, I guess, and collect buckets of like ocean water and boil it. This is what the LA natives have told me. Okay, you got to go to the ocean and collect buckets of water, and then go to your house and like purify it, and that's how they get their water. Just going off what I was told. I'm not can confirm nor deny it's true, but I'm just saying they be going to the coast and collecting the seawater and be boiling it and purifying it. That's how LA get their water. I'm just saying. But I went on a cruise to Mexico. You know, it was pretty cool. I really don't like cruises. I found out over this week. So there's that.
You know what? Can I ask you a question about your cruise? I think I would hate a cruise too for the same reason you would hate a cruise. And I tell Jeremy this all the time. I think you hate a cruise because you're an artistic person, not autistic for you idiots out there. Artistic. You're an artistic person, and you would rather submerge yourself in culture rather than be confined on a boat doing the same thing every day.
And it's just, I don't know. It's not my. It's not.
Hold on, though. I got a counterpoint for that. Depends on what that something is. Because I've been on a cruise before. I've been on one of them Carnival cruises. You can get up any time of day, get you whatever you want to eat, no matter what time of night it is. You got pizza no matter what time of day it is. You got ice cream no matter what time of day it is. You can go out to swim no matter what time it is. If you can go out there and have fun and do what you're doing, you'll take that confinement because you're having fun.
I'm not taking that confinement because my type of fun is not always partying, swimming, and drinking. My type of fun is walking around and immersing myself in culture. I want to see what the locals do. I want to do what the locals do. If the locals like, hey, we getting chased by bulls, so shit, what's up with it?
But that's what your destination is for.
Also,
yeah, I'd rather go there and just be there altogether.
Yeah, that's what your destination is for. Your main destination is for that.
And that's the reason why I was like, there's, and I feel the same reason why, you know, DJ Michael B, I kind of why I share his same sentiments, because like I'm a resort kind of person. I like to see the culture, see the.
Hey, you going in and out?
Yeah, you're going in and out on your audio, man.
Well, my audio might be tripping, but I like to just like DJ Michael B said. I like to get myself immersed in culture. I like to experience everything and anything, right? Like I don't know. I really just don't like to be on a boat like that long. I don't like the ocean.
That trip, when me and my ex-wife took that trip to Cozumel, New Mexico, that's what on the boat you get a limited amount of fun with your friends, your family. It's one thing if you're by yourself. If you got your friends and family, being on that boat is not that bad. And then you get your destination, you can just go out there and immerse yourself in the culture at that point.
Not enough time.
Every cruise I've been on, I've always had fun. Always have fun.
Let me tell you what. If I go on a cruise with a group, if I go on the cruise with from the sideline,
Yeah.
dog, it will go up.
We lit.
Now let's throw that to the group.
We lit.
Because if you have, because if you with your boys, or if you with your family, shit, you gonna have a ball.
Yeah, Mel was
What
actually just
Ludacris
talking.
say? Now we one step away from tearing the club up because that's exactly what we gonna do on that cruise ship.
Yep.
Me and
You
Mel
gonna
was
have
actually,
fun when you with your people.
on Sunday, actually. Me and Mel was talking about this on Sunday, saying that we need an FTSL cruise, man. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all.
Big facts. Let's make it happen.
Man.
Y'all remember back in the day, WCW used to have them cute those cruises back in the day?
Yup.
Yeah. Those cruises. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, I'm gonna put this out there. The Caribbean has a cruise every year, and it's called Uber Soca Cruise. And tons of people from all over the Caribbean and the United States. It's 2 weeks. There's 1 week you go out, and another week you go out, and you got these big Caribbean artists coming in, and it's a big cruise. You can pay all inclusive, and it's in November, and it's called Uber Soca Cruise. I'm gonna send y'all a video of there's an artist. His name is Sean Marshall. He had a song called Splinters, and he shot the music video on the Uber Soca Cruise. Like he shot the whole video on the cruise.
Okay.
Like not even telling people that's what he was doing. He was just going around singing his song as the DJs were playing them and had everybody recording. Like everybody is on that damn video as long as they were on the cruise. It didn't matter who you were. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I would very much like to experience that. Absolutely. Definitely would. I'm not even gonna lie to you. We're gonna have to put this in motion, man, so we can get a live show with all the fellas all in one spot.
Man.
For sure.
Oh man.
I already know that is probably gonna be the craziest episode to date when we can finally get all the fellas linked up in one spot, one location, and just kind of go crazy from there.
I mean, one of the craziest things, like if y'all didn't see it last year for the fans out there, me and GQ, I mean, Outlaw was there too, but Outlaw wasn't on the podcast yet. Me, GQ, and Outlaw all link up on Gentleman's Talk Wednesday before Thanksgiving. The Wednesday before Thanksgiving, because like we all live close. Obviously, Outlaw is GQ's brother, and we all live within 35 minutes of each other. And we all go to his dad's house every year on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, the Wednesday night, and we just all link up and have a freaking blast at his dad's house. And we do a show live there for the past 2 years, and it's freaking phenomenal.
I have to pull up. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Texas ain't nothing but a hop, skip, and a jump, man.
If you go by plane.
Oh yeah, if I go by plane. If you go, driving is different. As somebody who's driven to Texas 3 times,
Did you come all the way to Houston?
Man, I've been all the way to Houston. I passed Houston, bro. I've driven down there to Louisiana. Like, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. Okay.
Listen. If you didn't, and see the thing about that, I've been down to Louisiana before. I've been through Baton Rouge. I've been through Houston, Texas before too. Man, as long as you stop by a Buc-ee's, it's all worth it, bro.
Boy, you don't need. Hey, go ahead and go off.
Boy.
You better tell Moo what's up, man. You gotta go to
You
Buc-ee's.
stop by that Buc-ee's. Boy,
I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I'm
Look here, I need to make a public PSA right now.
that Buc-ee's ain't no joke.
I need a Buc-ee's in California immediately.
No, we don't. No. We don't endorse Buc-ee's over there because y'all do in and out. We don't endorse Buc-ee's over there.
Dog, I need one. I need for my soul.
You know, they expanded.
man.
There's one. I think there's one in Georgia now, and there's one in Florida. They expanded.
We got one in Georgia, got one in Florida.
I need one at least close. Can I get one in Reno? Because you feel me, just somewhere close. You feel me? Because dog, I know a lot of you Californians out here. Y'all don't understand the
I gotta ask you a
gold,
question.
the platinum, the diamond, the greatness that is a Buc-ee's. Okay, y'all just don't get it.
That thing is sick.
Get it.
That thing is sick, boy. You get all that meat, that brisket.
I need
Moo. How far are you from Vegas?
6 hours.
I'm going to Vegas September 13th through the 16th. That means I got to get with Mel too.
Almost definitely.
I've been through Vegas. I stayed there for like a week. Went to Luxor. Stayed at the Luxor Hotel. Had some fun, boy.
Well, we staying at the Strat.
Okay.
Hey,
That Vegas
Last time I
strip,
went, I
boy,
stayed at Circus
that, hey,
Circus.
that Vegas strip, that $3 steak. Just say,
come on.
That Fremont Street.
yep.
Street experience. Come on, y'all know what y'all talking about, man. Y'all know.
I already DJ'd in Vegas. I DJ'd in Vegas, so I already know what time it is.
That thing
Man.
amazing. That thing is
And
amazing.
DJ, I want to let you know that I have been putting in the word for you, my boy. So whenever you just decide that you want to just pop out, you know what
I'm
I'm
always
saying?
down to pop out hey, I'm always down to pop out if I gotta go DJ somewhere.
You know what I'm saying? I've been
I-
putting in the word for you. I got you. You know what I'm saying?
I done did Trinidad, I done did Vegas, I done did New York now. Obviously here in Texas, I got a gig in Florida next year. Hey,
Trying to get my boy all around the world, man. You feel me? So DJ
Ain't wrong with that.
to the
I'm
turntables.
trying to get to
near me,
Europe.
Sacramento, California. It's gonna happen. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm down for it.
But as we know, football is officially back, fellas. How are we feeling?
Yeah.
The game that we love is back. DJ, how we feeling? I know that your Texans unfortunately took the proverbial L today, unfortunately, due to a weather delay, not necessarily a true L, so we shouldn't really count that. But due to weather delays, they did unfortunately take that because they actually had the ball before the game got cut. They actually had the ball. So how we feeling about your Texans this year, man?
I don't share the same sentiments as most people.
And I get why.
I don't share the same sentiments as most people. And it's not saying that the Texans won't be a good postseason team. If we're just previewing the regular season, I think they'll make the playoffs because I think they're going to win the division because, I mean, look at our damn
You won it by
division.
default.
It sucks.
You won it by
I mean,
default.
Most definitely.
Right. The division sucks. I think once they get into the playoffs, they can make some noise. But I don't think we're going to have. I previewed the schedule a couple of weeks ago, and somebody was asking me, "You're a Texans fan. You think y'all gonna go 17-0?" I said, "No, I'm not stupid.
It's very difficult to go undefeated.
Yeah, I'm not stupid. Like Cam Newton went so far and then he lost. Tom Brady got all the way to the Super Bowl before he lost. Like it's damn near impossible to have an undefeated. If the GOAT couldn't have an undefeated season, nobody's gonna have an undefeated season. Exactly. It's too many variables to make sure you have an undefeated. Look, Tank Dell got a broken leg last year. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like it's too many variables. What I will say though is we're stacked on offense. We have a good defense, but there is something to say about pieces being added that you have to go through playing with each other before you understand fully who can do what. You can train for that shit all you want to in minicamp, but until you get out on the field and have to play, you just don't know. I think the Texans will go, and they have the hardest schedule in the league too. So if I'm previewing the regular season, I think they'll go 10-7 and win the division. I think they'll beat everybody in division twice, maybe, except the because for whatever reason we always lose to the damn Colts. It's freaking annoying. T.Y. Hilton was there, we used to lose to the Colts. Jonathan Taylor's there, we can't stop the damn run. Andrew Luck was there, we couldn't do shit with him. You know, like it's just something about the Colts. But I think with Derrick Henry gone from Tennessee, who am I and the Jaguars just the Jaguars. I mean,
I really think the Jags took a step back. I really do.
I'm not buying into the Trevor Lawrence hype. I just don't. But I do think we'll probably split. I think we'll split with the Jags too. Man, after giving up that 28-0 lead, I have no faith in Trevor Lawrence.
You remember?
Zero.
Yep.
Yeah.
What would you say to the people that says that the Jags unfortunately suffered a lot of injuries towards the end of the season and that may have affected Trevor Lawrence?
That may have affected Trevor Lawrence, but to be particularly fair to them too, they didn't start off hot either. They started to come on in the season and they started to tinker off, and then they started having a lot of injuries after they started tinkering off. So that's exactly what I would say. Like during the middle of the first 3 games, y'all were slow. The next 3, y'all were hot. And then after it was more hit, miss, and then you started having injuries. like the last 5 games of the season, which obviously affected them in the playoffs.
Especially that loss to Tampa Bay late in the season.
Yes.
Fair. That's fair.
But I think the Texans will go 10-7. I think Jacksonville will probably go about the same, but I think the Texans will probably own the tiebreak. So I think they'll both make the playoffs. I feel like they'll both make the playoffs. But if you ask me who I trust more between the Texans and the Jaguars, of course I'm gonna go with the Texans. I think Trevor Lawrence is good, but he hasn't found his it factor in the NFL yet. Now, can he this year? Absolutely. But I think I hate to say this because I'm a Texans fan, and people are absolutely going to grill me for this because I did invite people into the chat on Facebook that are Texans fans. I think I do believe in sophomore slump and it being a real thing. Because now people have 19 games. Teams have 19 games to go off what CJ Stroud can do, and they're going to throw counters at him, and CJ Stroud has to be able to make in-game adjustments as he goes on. Even though it's the coaching staff's job to make in-game adjustments, CJ Stroud still has to execute on those adjustments, and that's why sophomore slumps happen. But I also do think by the end of the season, he'll adjust enough to where he'll find his foot in the Texans to go 11-6, 10-7, get into the playoffs, and then we'll see what happens from there.
Most definitely. Now, before we move on to Will, because I got a few questions for him as well, but do you feel like if CJ's not in at least the top 5 talks towards the end of the season that he has regressed, or his sophomore slump has started or commenced, or had the sophomore slump season?
No, and the reason why I say that is if his percentage is still high, but they're just not winning games, and he's still throwing the same amount of yards, but they're just not winning games. I mean, like, if his stats are still up, but they're just not winning, and they're just not winning games, I just think the Texans are just being outplayed as a whole. I mean, that, like, people that actually watch sports, like, I remember Jason Tatum, third year in the NBA. He had his rookie year, he was great. His second year, he improved. His third year, he improved. No, his second year with Kyrie was with Kyrie, right?
Yep.
Okay, so Kyrie got hurt his second year. So his third year is what I'm going. His third year, he put up career numbers, and everybody was like, it's a down year for Jason Tatum. I was like, he made all career numbers.
Yeah.
What in the hell are y'all talking about? It's just the team didn't achieve what they needed to achieve. So very much so, like, yes, wins and losses, they credit the quarterback for everything. But people that really watch this game of football know if the quarterback is doing his job and they're putting up the points and they're putting up the yards, his percentage is still high, and he's not a volume thrower, like going 26 or 45, like some people do and stuff. Like, I mean, like, hey, it's kind of expected for him to take. I mean, I think if people feel otherwise, they just don't understand. He really did overachieve his first year in the NFL. That Texans team really did overachieve because the defense the year before, they got Will Anderson and they got CJ Stroud. So the defense the year before wasn't good, and Davis Mills, who
making it.
I didn't think he was bad,
but
I didn't think he was good. And I tried to get I tried to stay away from using the term what is it, game manager? That you and Mel so eloquently stated what a game manager was, and everybody's a game manager to a certain extent. I just don't think Davis Mills had the winning factor. Like, he was just he didn't have the leadership skills to put the team over the top like CJ Stroud did on offense.
That's fair.
So if the Texans were to come back and go 10-7, and CJ Stroud still puts up the same type of stats, this and that, and people are going to say, well, I think he regressed because they didn't improve, it's absolute bullshit. Even if they lose one less game, because a lot of the games last year were within one score. And what we all know about point differential in the NFL, it makes or breaks a team going from one season to the next. If you win a bunch of close games, the next year, it could sway the other way, and you lose a bunch of close games, and you find yourself on the outside of the playoffs.
Happened to the Vikings.
Hell yeah.
Now,
Just
Willie,
spitting
before
game.
I want to ask DJ this last question. What do you think CJ Stroud's market is going to be after this season or going forward? Just looking at Jordan Love's market, looking at what Trevor Lawrence got, looking at what Tua got. What do you think his market is, and what do you think it's going to be? Do you think he's going to reset the market because everybody is going to be looking at his rookie season as kind of the setting point for rookies going forward?
I don't think his rookie season should be the setting point going forward. And the reason why I say that is because I think recently we've seen a better rookie than what CJ Stroud was last year. And that was Lamar Jackson's rookie season.
Fair.
And so I don't necessarily think it's going to reset. What I will say though is by the end of even Deshaun Watson's rookie season might have been just a little bit better than CJ Stroud's when Deshaun Watson's rookie season with the Texans. So and then you also got Patrick Mahomes, who finally got in at the end of his rookie season after
Alex
Smith got hurt. And so I don't think he necessarily resets the market, but I think it's all about when he gets paid. In the NFL, it's not so much about resetting the market. It's about when you get paid and how your team values you. So who else came in with CJ Stroud? What's the other quarterback from the Panthers?
Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Right. So let's just say he breaks out this year and has this phenomenal freaking season, better than CJ Stroud had last year or this year, and then they go forward, I think he can take over and set the market. But like I said, it's all about when you get paid, because when CJ Stroud's rookie contract is over with, it's going to be interesting to see which veterans also have deals that are over with too. Because you don't know what kind of deals the veterans are going to sign. And a quarterback can sign a 1-on-1 like LeBron has been doing. But they can sign a 2 with a play option to back out because CJ Stroud's going to or 3 years, and then they'll hit the market the same time as CJ Stroud. So could he reset the market? Yes. Could Bryce Young reset the market? Yes. But it's going to depend on who else is in free agency at the time, because 4 years from now, essentially, but you would want to get it done his 4th year in the NFL. You want to get contract extension done because you don't want to have to franchise tag him after his 5th year in the NFL. You want to make sure you got that guy locked in if CJ Stroud keeps getting better and improving.
True.
So it all depends on when he hits free agency, who else is in free agency at the time, and how well do they perform. He is more than capable of setting the market if he's the best free agent or the best person on the market when his stuff comes up, because it can either be in year 3, year 4, or year 5 where the Texans choose to extend him.
True.
So it's all about when the Texans would choose to extend him.
That makes sense. Now, Willie Beeman, let's talk about your Saints real quick.
Do we have to?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Y'all got a lot going on over there in New Orleans.
Damn it.
And I think that it's time for some people to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? People been real quiet over there on the New Orleans, on the big easy. How we feeling? Start of training camp right now.
Well, right now they say your boy Spencer Rattler's looking damn good. I'm happy about that because you got Mr. Derek. I'm not in the top 20 quarterback club. A lot of people, when you rank him, they got him ranked right outside the top 20, 21, 22. A lot of people got him ranked at that point.
We need to do a breakdown of this because he might be number 20.
That's what I'm saying, and that's a damn shame. All that money that man getting paid, but to be a top 20, to be at number 20, the last rung of 20.
Hey, all I know is he achieved more than his brother did, and that's all he cares about.
That's true. But he got weapons. So he's got some good weapons going on over there right now. I loved it. I still love what they're doing with the defensive secondary over there. We got some injuries at tight end. Juwan Johnson's out. Hopefully he can come back in. We got to see if we're going to sign back Alvin Kamara to a long-term extension. I'm against it. He's on the wrong side of 30. but we'll see what he does in this revamped offense that we have going on. New offensive coordinator, we got some new light, so let's see what happens. The receiving core, the room is good, but past your first two, the rest of that depth is questionable. The rest of it is questionable. And again, the guy who we picked up got hurt, scored that one touchdown on that controversial play last year. Jamal Williams is back this season.
True.
I wouldn't have brought him back either, but let's see what he can do. They broke the rules for that man to get in there. Jameis Winston is gone, so that leaves even more room for Spencer Rattler to do his thing. So the secondary is good. The linebackers are old. We got to get better at linebacker. We got to get better at defensive end. Cam Jordan is not getting any younger. Damari Davis is not getting any younger. So we're gonna have to find some good young defensive talent. Maybe later on in the next draft, because Peyton Turner ain't it. He ain't it. And of course, the offensive line is just atrocious. We just signed 3 nobodies off the street. They're trying to fix our offensive line issues. Come on, man. Really? So if that offensive line can get it together, we can establish a run game. We can see what Derek Carr can do. And I'm kind of hoping that offensive line comes into play, because our offensive line gels and comes into play, and Derek Carr still sucks. He ain't got no excuse. No excuse at this point, because you can look at last year. Yeah, he was hurt because the line play was just terrible. But if that offensive line gels this year and he has a good season and we still don't do what we need to do, hey, it's time for some heads to roll over there. It's time for heads to roll, because it's time for heads to roll over there, man. It's time. Coaching staff need to go. I've always said about this about Dennis Allen. He's a great coordinator, a great defensive coordinator.
Good player.
He is not a head coach. He isn't head coach material. You saw it last year by the games we blew, and you've been more than likely you'll see it again this year. Had Green Bay dead to rights in Green Bay and we lose.
What's up, Carlton?
My boy CC, what's popping with you, big dog?
What's up, man? So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I think Atlanta right now is the favorite in the NFC South because of what they did with Kirk Cousins and Bijan Robinson. So they might be the favorite over there. If we can get in the wild card, be a blessing, man. Be a blessing. We can get that wild card. Missed it last year by a game.
Will Kirk beat the Saints again? Will Kirk beat the Saints again?
Bro. Kirk, I will never question Kirk Cousins in a regular season. My issues with Kirk Cousins comes in the playoffs, but I will never ever question Kirk in the regular season. He'll get you wins in the regular season. It's just
Did he beat y'all in the playoffs?
It depends on the day.
Did he beat y'all in the playoffs when he was in Minnesota?
But yeah, he did. But if you go back, if you go back and look at it though, look at his history though. Overall, look at his history.
His history in the playoffs is bad.
Yeah,
but I mean,
with Kirk, it's not the playoffs. It's primetime games for Kirk.
Right.
When the cameras is
it's crazy that you say that, because when Kirk beat the Saints, it was an afternoon game. It wasn't prime time.
But let me take one thing further. You remember when Kirk did go in there and beat the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah.
Y'all remember that during that afternoon? So hey, Kirk got it in him maybe once or twice during the regular season for a prime time. But when it comes down to the playoffs, which is all Atlanta might be hoping, hey, let's get to the playoffs. Let's get to the playoffs to show the fans we trying to do something. So that might be what they're looking at.
Hey,
now,
you know what?
I let you comment on the screen is because I think all 4
teams in the NFC.
I think all 4 lists are going to be different. So
49ers, Lions, Philly. Oh my gosh. 49ers, Lions, Philly.
I got 49ers.
I hate to say it.
Lions.
I hate to say it. Well, I can't think of it. I hate to say this. I might have to put the Packers at number 4 over Dallas.
That's
I am going. Yeah, bro. Dude, no, I don't think everybody's top 4 is going to be different, Moo. Because my 4 is Willie's exact same 4. I don't think everybody's top 4 is going to be different.
Yeah,
You said San Francisco, Philly, the Lions, and the Packers, and that was my exact 4. Like, I don't think everybody's 4 is going to be different.
And the only reason why I say the Packers, you signed Jordan Love. This man
Yes,
won.
2 teams
This
for the
man
NFC North.
won. This man won with a bunch of number 2 receivers last year. He won with a bunch of number 2s. He gets Josh Jacobs this year. He gets a better defense this year. So let's see what Jordan Love can do.
Hey, all I know is the Cowboys fans was crying. Jordan Love. Hey, they were like, Aaron Rodgers is gone. It's our time. This isn't that.
No.
And then me and Moo sat up here on Inside the Huddle. Me, Moo, and Mel all sat up here and said, Cowboys fans are going to be mad come Monday because they're going to lose this game to the Packers.
Yep.
We all said it.
Yep.
We
all
said
said
it.
Yep. Because if you look at it, Jordan Love started slow, but he started ascending as the season went on and on and on. He started to ascending and getting better.
I see why the Packers hung on to Jordan Love for so long, and they were willing to part ways with Aaron Rodgers. It was the same thing when the Packers held on to Brett Favre, and they were like, all right,
we moved to Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers.
Go with you because Aaron Rodgers, it's time.
Yep.
And Aaron Rodgers tried to do the same. Aaron Rodgers was so mad that Brett Favre did that to him and turned around and tried to do the same thing to Jordan Love.
Yep.
He did.
Exactly. It ain't my job to coach him. It ain't my job to bring him up.
Bro, the craziest thing is, as long as I've been alive, and I was born in 1990 to date myself, I'll be 34 on the 24th of this month. In my 33 years and 11 months of living, yes, I can say 11 months because I know it is 11 months. The Packers have never sucked, ever. Like, and if they have sucked, they haven't sucked for consecutive seasons.
That's true. That's true.
They may have had a couple of down seasons.
It's had some down seasons though. Yeah.
Like in between, but it's kind of like the 49ers. They just find ways to come back the next year and win and win and get back to it's so crazy. Them and the 49ers have never been out bad like that. I think the 49ers might have had 2 consecutive losing seasons since I've been alive. Like, it's crazy. And in my lifetime, the Packers went from Brett Favre. I forgot who the quarterback was before Brett Favre for the Packers, but I was like 2, so I'm not going to let that count. They went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. That's probably 3 Hall of Famers consecutively.
Hindsight's 20. That's the old phrase. Hindsight's 2020. Hindsight's 2020.
Hindsight, 2 teams are coming from the NFC East. That might be true because one will win. I think. Wait, who's the second one? Because I don't. Philadelphia. I definitely think is going to win the division.
Let me ask you a question. Outside of Philly, we sleeping on the Commanders? I'm favoring them more than I am the Cowboys right now. Jaden Daniels getting there start. He already got a good receiver.
Oh, so you're right. Oh, my bad. Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
Because you got a good receiver core up there at Scary Terry and the rest of that crew. Man.
That team can make a leap this year. I can see that team making a leap, but my only thing, look, I still think the Cowboys are better. And y'all know I hate the Cowboys. Willie, I'm sorry. There's only one team I hate more than the Cowboys, and it's your team. But that has to do everything with Hurricane Katrina and everybody moving over here and walking through the halls yelling "Who that" in everybody's faces. Because the Saints finally had a good season for the first time in my life. Whenever
I understand that.
I can't stand the obnoxious fans like, nigga, y'all won 1 Super Bowl and y'all been in the league for damn near 55 years now. Like, okay, all right, we get it. But nonetheless, I don't know if the Commanders are just better than the Cowboys yet. Obviously, Diggs comes back, and I'm not the biggest fan of Diggs because I do think Diggs gives up a lot of yards, but I think Diggs also is a person who gets a lot of turnovers
right
at the same time.
Right.
So I think
the problem there.
I think the Commanders are probably 1 year away or 2 years away. I think Jaden has to come in and find his foot in the NFL his rookie year. And could it go like how CJ Stroud did? Absolutely. But on the flip side, it could go like how Trevor Lawrence did with
This
the
is true.
Jaguars, and then
Or he
bounce
could
back
fade,
his
or he
second
could
year.
fade out like Sam Howell did in the middle of the season. Start well,
Nah.
fade out middle season.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen.
It just
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think that's gonna happen.
the only thing that scares me about Washington and the Commanders is their O-line, and they have yet to really do anything to kind of solidify it or restructure it to the point where they can make sure that they're going to protect their young quarterback. Other than that, I think they should be fine. Me and Mel was actually talking about this on Inside the Huddle last week. They should be fine. I do have them finishing most likely second.
What? I'm sorry, Moo.
But I will say this though. I'm not totally bought in about the Eagles right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Because of the way they finished last year, wasn't it?
The way they finished last year and their head coach, I'm not sold.
I am only buying into the Eagles because the Eagles acquired Saquon Barkley. I'm not gonna lie to you. That is it. Carlton, right? Diggs.
They for sure throwing his way.
Most QBs are not daring to. That is a lie because Diggs got hurt last season, but the 2 seasons prior, Diggs gave up the most yards in the NFL at the cornerback position. That is a lie. They do dare to throw his way. They dare him to overplay so their receiver can make the big play and go score. He get a bunch of yards. That's a lie. You need to do some more research.
You cannot. You cannot always play the turnover. You cannot always play the turnover at that corner spot. You can't.
You can't.
As somebody who plays the position, you can't gamble like he gambles, and that's the problem that he unfortunately runs into. And yeah, that's just true. He did lead the league in interceptions that year, but he also
the same year he led the league in interceptions. He also led the league in the most yards given up by a defensive back.
So it's like, yeah, you did set a record and lead the league in interceptions, but you did give up. You're giving up big catches, then you're getting interceptions, and that's hurting your team ultimately.
For me, this is not saying that he's not good as a defensive back. This is to your comment saying most QBs are not daring to throw his way. They are throwing his way.
They are throwing his way.
They're 100% throwing his way.
And I think they're going to be more inclined to do so this year, coming off an injury. So it's everybody knows coming off a knee injury, that kind of strap, you're nowhere going to be nowhere near to the same player. So he's going to have to cut at different levels at different times. Him having to defend front routes, to slant routes, right? Him having to defend these quicker routes is going to be harder for him because he missed a whole year with his legs not under him, right? And it's definitely hard to get back to that. Speaking from somebody, like I said, plays the position and has dealt with the knee injury on the same knee, and doing that, it's definitely difficult to come back after a year and continue at the level that you are at.
My other thing about the Cowboys is this too. Who the hell running the football? I mean,
they did bring Zeke back. So
but Zeke ain't Zeke.
Ain't got nothing to do with me.
I don't know about that.
I love to see the Cowboys.
You gonna have him and Rico Dowdle just going back and forth. That ain't good enough.
Look where the league is now. It's a passing league, and QBs not willing to take. Yes, they are willing to take the interception. The only way you can lead the league in interceptions is if QBs throw it your way. There's a reason why people like Darrelle Revis never led the league in interceptions, because they weren't throwing his way. I think Deion only led the league in interceptions his second season in NFL and never led it again.
Yeah.
Because QB stopped throwing the ball his way. Like you have to get the ball thrown your way to lead the league in interceptions. Because QBs are testing you because they believe either you're, and I tell people this all the time. Moo, you know I've stood on this for 3 years, last year and this year on the show. Diggs is turnover or bust on defense. And I hate to say it like that. People will always remember he made the big turn. He made the big interception, but people will always push to the side when somebody catches a slant route and goes 30 yards on him. They'll always push to the side when somebody catches the ball over his head and goes 50 yards and he recovers and makes a tackle.
And those people, ESPN, y'all one of them. Another thing I want to say about the Cowboys real quick, when Michael Parsons going to start showing up? You want all this money, but in key crucial situations, where are you?
That's a good point.
Where are you? in key crucial situations where you gotta get a stop. Where are you?
Oh my God, bruh. Why? Oh my God.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Our run podcast, man. But we gotta get
But
y'all
that's
boy.
the thing. Michael want all this money, but where is he? Where is he? In crucial situations where you got to get a stop, you got to get a sack. Where are you?
Playing
And
second fiddle to DeMarcus Lawrence.
that's
Mhm.
the problem I have with Dak, right? When a lot of people are saying, "Oh yeah, he has the same stats as Patrick Mahomes," I get that, but when you look at it, Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, and you look at Dak in the playoffs, Patrick Mahomes is making the plays.
Hey, he said, "Can he jump in?"
Oh, absolutely,
Absolutely.
We'll
shoot you to. Yeah, come on in.
There's no ain't nothing.
There's a damn difference between Dak and Patrick Mahomes.
Only thing I can
Is more,
suggest is that you have headphones.
Patrick Mahomes is way more efficient than Dak Prescott. Way more efficient.
I think people. Okay, so I don't know if CC's a Cowboys fan, but I'm about to break down his team for him.
Seahawks. Cowboys fans. Seahawks.
I'm about to break down his team for him. Front run, or AirPods will work. Front run or loss every time. But here's what happens in a loss with the Cowboys. Dak will go for 125 yards in the first 3 quarters. They're down by 3 scores. And then in the fourth quarter, Dak will go off with the second and third unit in on defense because
Too
they're not
little,
trying
too
to.
late.
And now it's too little, too late. So now he's going for the fourth quarter or the end of the third quarter, going to the fourth quarter. He's going for over 225 yards. And then you look at the end and says like, well, damn, Dak went 25 for 30 or 25 for 40 with 350 yards with 3 touchdowns. Yeah, the problem is 2 of those touchdowns came when they were down by 14 points.
Again, and you saw that in that Green Bay game.
Exactly.
That's a perfect example.
Bruh, you
That's
look
the
at
problem.
Dak's stats after the Green Bay game last year, you're going to be like, how the hell did the Cowboys lose? I'll tell you how they lost. The Cowboys like to front run because when they're behind.
When they're behind, they're behind.
And that's the problem I have, right? It's like,
hold on, Moo, you lagging.
People expect
okay, there you go.
Hold on, wait. Yeah, no. People expect these players to not only get paid as if they are like top players, right? And I'm not saying they aren't, but it's the fact that top players or the players that are paid as such, they're making the plays in the most crucial moments. So when we have guys like a Patrick Mahomes, when we have guys like a Travis Kelce, when we have guys like Lamar Jackson, when they're making this kind of money, it's because they're making the plays in the most crucial moments. Now, I'm not saying that Lamar Jackson has been to the Super Bowl, and that's not what I'm saying. But when you look at a guy like Dak Prescott, who has legitimately yet to get out of the first round, whether he got a first round bye or not, it's like,
I mean, he's gotten out he won in the first round and got to the second round 2 times.
That's not.
That ain't good enough.
For me,
I know it ain't good enough. I'm just saying, you know, hey, look, this is to back what you're saying. Like, he's gotten out the first round 2 times, and that's what Cowboys fans will tell you. He's made it out the first round.
Yeah, but it's like wild card round and divisional rounds. It's like, does those really count? Or like, are we awarding people for?
You have to stop awarding people for mediocrity, and that's what exactly people are doing with the Cowboys, especially damn fans. They damn fans reward them off their play. Every year, a Dallas Cowboy fan is always telling you, "We're gonna win it all. We're gonna win it all," each and every year. And what happens to them? What happens to them? For whatever reason, they can't get the job done. The defense
I'm gonna tell you why they can
well.
never get the job
running
done.
game ain't playing well. It's sometimes
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why they can never get the job done. Because they're never good. I just want I need people to understand the Cowboys are never. They haven't been good as far as I can remember.
They've been good since the 90s, man.
I'm like
them 90s Super Bowl teams.
The best Cowboys team since the 90 Super Bowl teams was a 2014 team where Dez clearly dropped the fucking pass and stop arguing that shit. The ball wobbled once it hit the floor. That's an incomplete pass.
That's the rule.
That was the rule. That was the rule. So that was the best team. That was the best team. DeMarco Murray was playing his ass off. Des Bryant was in his prime. Tony Romo in his prime. DeMarcus Lawrence in his prime. I think the Cowboys had like 7 or 8 Pro Bowlers that year. That has been the best Cowboys team since the 90s. I don't give a damn if last year's Cowboy team had 9 Pro Bowlers or whatever it was. They weren't better than the 2014 team. And the 2014 team wasn't better than the Green Bay Packers, who beat them in the playoffs. The problem is the Cowboys never have the toughest schedule because Jerry Jones makes sure. And everybody sit there and say, yo, we're watching. We see your flaws, but you're playing mediocre teams. Y'all beat up on mediocre teams every single year and make the playoffs.
They do.
Then when we sit here and tell you, you got to beat a playoff contending team, you're like, look, we beat this team. But what about the other 3 teams y'all played? Y'all beat one team. There was a stat that I seen the other day. And I brought this up, I think last year sometime. The Cowboys have won, what was it? 8 out of the last 15 games of playoff contending teams when the starting quarterback did not play. But when the starting quarterback played, it shrinks down way lower.
Hey, you know what gets me, DJ? You know what get me? They need to stop hiring all these damn yes men. That's what they need to stop doing. Because the Jerry Jones is up here hiring these coaches.
I believe that plays a part too. I don't think they have a good coach.
No,
I don't believe the Cowboys have had a good coach since the 90s.
No, I don't think McCarthy is a very good coach. He's like he has superior when he won that one championship in Green Bay, who he had with him?
Rodgers.
Exactly.
Matthews, Nelson.
Yep.
Should I keep going? Because that team with Aaron Jones
was stacked, man.
That team was stacked.
We have to stop downplaying Dak, though. Like,
what's up, CC?
What's going on, fellas? My thing is, I'm not a Cowboys fan, but realistically, when you look at the stats, Dak is a persistent QB. So when you look at the stats, he's a qualified QB all across the board. The only thing that's killing him is because Jerry Jones throws the star in front of everything. So he's on the forefront of every headline there is. And then you got Stephen A, who doesn't even cover NFL, blowing up the Dallas Cowboys for whatever reason there is week after week.
Can I say this though? Can I say this about Dak? Can I say this about Dak? And
I'm gonna go after you, Willie. Go ahead.
And I think this is my main issue with Dak. Not saying Dak's not a good person, because he's probably a good person. A great person. This is nothing personal.
Person that has nothing to do with it. It's all about quarterback play.
But if they want me to with that, you can have all the stats you want. But until the winning starts coming into play, that will never be regarded as that.
But when do we question the defense? You know, I know he throws interceptions, but
no. We've always questioned the defense.
Yeah, we always question the defense.
Okay, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, so when you look at the stats, oh no, sorry, DJ Micah, you was gonna go after Willie. Go ahead, my guy. Sorry about that.
So no, you're good. So look. Last year, I sat here and Moo will tell you, they kept on asking who's the MVP of the NFL. I advocated for Dak over and over and over and over. Like, I don't like the Cowboys because I'm a Texans fan, and we just don't like Dallas and Houston. We don't like Dallas. I mean, like, you ask people in Dallas, they hate Houston.
Y'all play this year again, don't you?
We do. So we're gonna get there.
I'm trying to go to that.
I want to go to.
It's gonna be sold out, man.
I'm also not blind. I know Dak had a phenomenal season, right? And I'm also not blind to saying, a lot of it is Jerry putting the pressure on his team. A lot of it is. Jerry needs to sit down and shut up and let them play.
That's what
But
I've been
also,
saying.
but also, okay. If Dak is looking like the second coming of Tony Romo in the playoffs. He just,
wow,
and like
that's
no,
crazy.
because
you just
Tony
running off the narrative.
because if you go back and look, Tony had
Tony
a lot
Romo?
of Tony Romo. Tony Romo had some seasons where he could have won MVP. Dog,
There's some similarities there.
I just talked about the 2014 Cowboys being the best Cowboys team since the 90s. I did with Tony Romo at quarterback.
It's just wild to me. You got to look at the narratives, man. It's just wild to me. The last 50 snaps, besides three to 10 games difference, Dak is the same as Mahomes. So why is he considered as such bad quarterback, or he's not a top 10 quarterback?
What constitutes a bad quarterback? Because I don't think Dak is a bad quarterback.
Media.
Well, no. Like I'm just saying. I'm asking you in your view, if you was to rank the quarterbacks, what would you consider a bad quarterback?
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Carr.
Kirk Cousins. I don't think Kirk Cousins is bad. I think he's mediocre.
Derek Carr. That's a bad quarterback.
I don't think Kirk Cousins is bad. I think
He's
Kirk
a
Cousins is
bad
mediocre.
quarterback. He's got a good
There you go.
agent.
That's a bad quarterback.
If you really look at it, he has the best agent for the past 10 years, and he's steady getting paid for mediocrity.
Oh, okay. And Dak is getting paid for mediocrity too. When you look at the results that he's getting outside of his stats, I'm saying outside of his stats,
but
the results he's getting.
See, that's where we tweak it, because it's a team game. Dak leads the offense. Besides the interceptions, he leads the offense. What has the defense done in the playoffs?
But what happens to that old saying? But what happens to that old saying? What happens to that old saying where it's all on the quarterback?
Facts, because when the team wins, the quarterback gets all the praise.
Yep.
But when the team loses, y'all try to find excuses to not blame the quarterback. No, the quarterback has to be blamed too, because if he's the leader of that offense did not score enough to win the game. I'm saying is that was the same thing with Tony Romo. It's not saying that he don't put up the stats.
In Dallas, it's a lose-lose situation.
But they put themselves in that situation.
They don't.
Jerry Jones put them in that situation.
Micah Parsons came out before the season last season.
Back me up here, Moo.
And said what?
And don't blame it. And don't blame it just on Jerry Jones, because you got a lot of those players talking outside the side of their mouth. When they lost that playoff game to Green Bay, did you hear what Michael Parsons said? Oh, man, it's all about burnout. It's all about this. It's all about that. No, just say you weren't good enough.
And then before the season, what Michael Parsons say? We're the best team in the NFC.
Yep.
We're going all the way. And this is
media purposes, though.
First of all, the year before, y'all didn't even get out the first round. Who are you to come in here and say, hey, we're doing this, this, and this? And y'all are setting the bar. Just be like, hey, we're going to come in, we're going to win games, and we're going to take it a day at a time. The Cowboys themselves put this unbelievable pressure on themselves.
They can't get out their own way. They can't get out their own way.
A lot of the fans buy into it too. We're like, yeah, this is it. This, and I'm just like, bruh, I'm watching the games and I'm seeing y'all beat up on a bunch of middle of the pack teams.
And DJ brought it up earlier. You were in a division. You were in a division where you played 4 games because the Commanders and the Giants.
No, but we all know divisional games are
so that's 4 wins. You to talk trash and feel all good until the team roll up in there that's over 500.
But like I said, we all know divisional games is different from a regular season.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're supposed to win those 2 games. So you're supposed to win those 4 games. You're supposed to be
go
head and
ahead and
shoulders
buckle
above
myself
them.
in. I'm a Seattle Seahawks fan. So
that's what's up.
We got it that DJ Micah is a Texans fan. So congrats to you and CJ Stroud and y'all team. And William, it's looking like you a Raider, just like my guy.
I ain't no Raider. I'm a Saints fan,
a
unfortunately. I'm a Saints fan, unfortunately.
Oh, Saints. I was mistaken by the black and gray. You know. Okay, Saints. You got a long way ahead of you, my brother.
Oh, he got a long way ahead of you, my brother.
Wait, who's y'all quarterback?
Derek Carr, number 28 of all the quarterbacks in the NFL, number 28.
Carr still I think somebody made a comment saying Carr was sorry earlier, like
he's
about
trash.
a couple minutes ago.
Willie did.
I did. He's trash.
He's trash. We'll take him back on the Raiders.
And then the thing that kills me about the whole thing with
Hey, Willie,
trash.
Willie.
And then the thing about it,
Willie, let me ask you a question, Willie.
Sure.
Who he throwing the ball to?
He did have Juwan Johnson.
Exactly.
He did have Juwan Johnson.
Exactly.
That's it.
Oh boy, that was burning him off the line.
But the thing about it though, it's not like this man hadn't had good receiving help in his career. It's not like he hasn't. He still couldn't get the job done with the Raiders. Then we get him, and he even gets worse with us.
He got hurt with the Raiders on his best year. I give Derek Carr a pass.
To be fair, prior to
I'm not giving Derek Carr a pass for nothing. Last year, yes, the offensive line play was not very good for us, and I will give him that much. But if the offensive line play comes up to be better this year, if the running can't come up to be better this year, and this new offense, this good Kubiak-led type offense, and you still can't get the job done, heads got the roll.
Kubiak in New Orleans?
Well,
I think there's a reason why they brought him in, because Dennis Allen is, just like you say, he's a defensive coach. And
he's a defensive coordinator. He's not a head coach. He's a defense coordinator. If you want him to run your defense, you can't. There's nobody better. I will give him that. But when it comes to head coaching and making moves that put you in winning position, I'm sorry, Dennis Allen ain't that dude.
This is true, because he was a coach for the Raiders.
I got a question. It's gonna spark some intensity in here. So I asked earlier about the top 4 teams of the NFC. Give me your top 4 teams of the AFC.
Chiefs.
And I'm gonna start with William. William, go ahead and set us off.
Chiefs, Ravens, Texans, and the Steelers.
Two teams from the AFC North?
The Steelers.
You can't trust San Diego. You know Denver coming off rebuilding. Same thing with the Raiders. So Cincinnati,
you putting Russell Wilson and
no.
Let me go.
My caveat for the Steelers is this, and this is how I truly feel about the Steelers. Russell Wilson ain't starting the whole season. Fields will be in there by week 8.
I have a feeling they're gonna play both of them.
Fields will be in there by week 8.
Word.
I really think Justin Fields will be in there by week 8.
About Justin Fields.
All right,
because you got. But look. If you could look, I just think Russell Wilson is washed. Fields is going to take a minute for Fields to get acclimated to the new offense. But once he does, the Steelers got some good weapons to Pickens. They got some good weapons to Pickens. They can still run the football. Jalen Warren should come back better this year. Najee Harris should come back better this year. They got weapons on that team, and that defense is always solid under Mike Tomlin.
Oh man, I'm ready to name my 4 because I can't believe the audacity of Willie right now.
What's wrong with the Ravens?
Go ahead.
Not the Ravens.
Who?
Not the Ravens. It's definitely not the Ravens. Is my issue. I am going with obviously the Ravens. Obviously, the Chiefs. I'm gonna have to throw the Texans in because I'm sitting here looking at like.
Gotta throw the Texans in. So who the last team?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm going Ravens, Chiefs, Bengals. Yes, I'm picking the Bengals because Joe Burrow is that guy. And the one team that Willie didn't say, I'm going with the Miami Dolphins.
Nope, not me. Nope.
Over the Texans.
Nope.
I am. I'm going with the
Not
Dolphins.
me.
It's
The
getting paid.
reason why I'm not going with the Dolphins is the reason why I'm not going to take them away from home. Take them
They
away
got
from their home field.
OBJ now, man.
Take them away from their home field.
Hey,
That's
it don't-
a-
hey, here's what I know. You can say take them away from their home field, this and that. All you got to do is finish with home field advantage. All you got to do is win your division. Finish with home field advantage.
And if
all
you're
you gotta
looking at
do.
the offense, that's
That's all
fine. And if you're looking at the offense, that's fine.
The defense isn't bad.
but-
The defense isn't bad.
But you're
The defense ain't
hoping,
bad.
that Tua continues to grow. See, that's what I'm saying. I think this
I
team
don't
is better in that
I don't
slot.
think Tua, but Tua wasn't bad last year.
No. But
You're
he's
hoping
not the same.
you're hoping that Tua stays healthy.
Yeah,
Not that he
yeah.
grows. You're hoping he stays healthy. That's what
I
you're
just
hoping.
think
You're
this
hoping
team
Tua
is
Tua
stays healthy.
slot,
cannot
man.
grow
That's
with.
I just like
Cheetah.
Pittsburgh in that slot. They got the running game. They got the defense. They got good receivers. They got a great tight end.
Miami is a good team.
I'm
all
just
around.
liking the Steelers a little bit better.
Miami probably got the best wide receiver core next to the Chicago Bears. You got Waddle, Cheetah, and OBJ, who was a good veteran and a good third down wide receiver.
Big
That's going to
facts.
help Tua a lot this year.
Okay,
And you
but-
got a good running game with Mostert and what's his name?
Talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Oh, they changed.
Oh, you got
Sam-
most of that, what's that dude?
He was a rookie last year.
Track dude.
And he was a
last year.
rookie.
He
Yeah.
got hurt. He got hurt for a bit, but then he came back.
Yeah, a Chan or something like that. It starts with an A.
A-Chan.
Yeah, A-Chan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But my thing is this: while Pittsburgh doesn't have the receiver core that the Miami Dolphins do, their running game is just as good. The offensive line is better. I think you'll get Justin Fields up in there to turn some heads, and the defense is always solid. It's always solid in Pittsburgh.
but they're in a harder division. They got to go up against Baltimore and the Bengals, where Miami they only got to face Buffalo.
Hey, Willie, by the way, Cleveland is no pushover either. especially when Nick
No.
Chubb
Oh,
coming
in
back.
Cleveland too. With Nick Chubb coming back.
I just like the fact that the winner of that division comes out
Damn,
battle
you said
tested.
Cleveland
You
too.
played-
Oh my God, I forgot about
and
that.
you come out battle tested and you've played competition. They're the opposite. They're the opposite of the Cowboys. You in the division, you got competition. You got to step up to the plate each and every week. And when it comes down to the playoffs, they'll be the better team for it.
Who,
Who,
Pittsburgh?
the Steelers?
Yeah.
They gotta make it first.
No, and
No,
Oh,
they're
yeah,
gonna
okay.
be banged up when they come to the playoffs. Even
I think
if they
they'll be
make the playoffs. To
I'm
me,
surprised.
it's
I believe in Joe
Go ahead,
Burrow,
Mo.
dog. I'm not gonna lie to you.
who your for, Moon?
I'm letting y'all know right now the Chiefs ain't in my 4. I don't believe the Chiefs is going.
Wow, that's crazy.
I've been saying this since literally.
That's that Raider Nation talking.
But I do got I got the Ravens, I got the Texans, I got Miami, and I got the Browns.
Wow.
Wow.
the Browns gonna upset somebody. That's a talented team. They're gonna upset somebody. I don't know who
You
it
think
is.
that, you
but they're gonna make
think
somebody pay.
Deshaun gonna bounce back this season? I think he could.
I
He
think
has
he
to.
And
got
that's
to.
that's scary to think Deshaun could bounce back with Nick Chubb, because we saw Baker Mayfield and Nick Chubb got hurt in the play before the playoffs.
Yep.
I think he is.
The fact that I saw Nick Chubb squat 600 pounds after blowing out his knee and the way his
That ain't
knee
no
was
joke,
blown
man.
out, that dude is ready for terror.
Different. Okay.
He-
Nigga Fitzpatrick.
Yeah,
Tackle
different. Once he gets his
Coming to
first
Adrian
hit,
Peterson.
He's gonna be good once he get that first hit.
yeah, I just want to see how he take his first hit. But other than that, if I got a fantasy league, I'm definitely taking Nick Chubb.
Oh, hell
Comeback
Hell
player of the year.
You come back. He should be.
How about this?
He should be a second round running back for somebody.
Hey, Moo, how about this right here? Way too early MVP prediction.
I was gonna get there next.
There you
I was
go.
gonna get there next. Go
Great
ahead.
minds think alike.
Yeah, I was gonna get there next. Way too early MVP, way too early defensive player of the year, and way too early Super Bowl matchup. Starting with our guest Cece. Go ahead.
Where you want them to start with first, though? Which one?
Yeah,
Let's go way too early Super Bowl matchup first.
Super Bowl matchup. I'm gonna take the Ravens. Ravens from the AFC for sure. I think the Ravens gonna go all the way this year. Second year with Lamar being in that offense and adding a powerhouse Derrick Henry. That's a lot of clock running off the from running the ball and just controlling the time of play. And then from the NFC, this is not going to be the Niners' year to win it. I got the Niners winning it when they come back from next year. So this year is 2025. Next year, the Super Bowl will be in San Jose at the Niner Stadium. So with them knocking on that door, and then Purdy will get that contract, I got them winning the Super Bowl next year. So coming from the NFC, I'm gonna say Dallas.
I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I'm done. I'm
never.
I'm done.
Hey.
You can't allow.
Mo, if I leave now, will I be fired? If I leave now, will I be fired?
No.
Come on, man. I'm about to exit stage left, dog.
Oh my gosh.
We gonna remember this as a guest. But look, hold on. I got a lot to support my vision here.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I think first of all, I think Dallas has one of the weakest schedules coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's not a hard schedule for them to go 12 again and probably win the division. You know, I think it's all smoke and mirrors when we listen to this money play, knowing that Jerry Jones got the money to pay all three of them dudes, no matter what the cost. He's just sparking up talk.
Pay CD first.
Yep.
It doesn't matter who he pay first. He's going to pay them. It's not. The only question is when he pays them. They're the number one team in sports across the board. Basketball.
They are the number one team as far as sales, not the number one team as far as
the America's team kind of merch.
Yeah.
The reason we talking about them because that guy knows how to market.
No, the reason we're talking about them is because you brought them up in the comments. Stop doing that. You kept on going with Dak in the comments is the reason why we're talking about him.
Other than the front office, I got you got Diggs coming back along with Wilson in the backfield. I put that in the comments too. Those are two. Those are two deep threats where you don't want to throw the ball against, and with both of them on the field
every time.
Along with Micah Parsons has to show up. This is the breakout year for Micah Parsons. If he doesn't show up this year, he cannot be in that conversation with TJ Watt and Myles Garrett.
He's not in it now.
Exactly.
I mean that first year he was. Last year was the kind of like, he was if he didn't show up in the big moments. That's the Dallas big hiccup.
I low key agree though. I do because this past year he did get a lot of double teams thrown at him. But yeah, that's true.
And they had no middle linebacker play, which I thought that they should have played him at middle linebacker instead of putting him on the D line. He was a way better fielder. And if you look at Dallas tapes, most of their third down conversions came through the middle.
Didn't Micah Parsons' rookie year make All-Pro team on defensive end and left linebacker? Yeah. He made it.
That's a good question.
Either All-Pro or Pro Bowl, he made it for both positions. Yeah, so that makes plenty sense.
After Khalil Mack to do it.
Oh, Khalil Mack's a monster.
That's that man's a beast. That man's a beast.
All right, Willie, let's go, man. Your Super Bowl prediction.
All right, my Super Bowl prediction. I got the Ravens finally breaking the streak for KC. I got the Ravens going. I believing what the Ravens are doing with Derrick Henry. I think they killed him against Kansas City. They did not run the damn football, but I think this time
one play against KC, that one play, totally different narrative.
Yep. But I think they're gonna run the football more this season. The defense is gonna dig in their heels and play the way they know they should. That's a solid team. I got the Ravens going. I got the 49ers going back. I think they got some unfinished business with those with the way they lost the Super Bowl last year. I don't believe in I don't believe in your Cowboys. I just don't. So I like the Ravens and 49ers. As far as
let's get that straight. It's not my Cowboys. Seattle Seahawks right here, my guy. I would go put on a Marshawn Lynch jersey right now. do not tell me.
As far as defensive,
if you want DK or whoever, I got them all.
As far as
DK, my dog. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Eric Metcalf ain't no joke. As far as my defensive player, I'm going with Myles Garrett. Hold on.
We just do a Super Bowl.
Oh, we do Super Bowl. I'm moving ahead. Go, DJ. Do your thing. I'm moving too fast. My fault.
I got the Cardinals versus the Titans. No, I'm just joking.
Hey, watch out for Will Levis. There's a lot of veterans on that Titans team. Watch out for Will Levis.
I'm
serious.
I will say this though. I am actually going for a reason. That's all. I'll say that.
I'm actually going the Ravens versus the Packers.
Wow, we all got the Ravens. Oh, Jordan Love against against Detroit over Detroit.
Hey, listen. I don't know what they put in that cheese in Green Bay, dog. I don't know what they do to the. Hey, I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. I love Jared Goff. All that.
You need to check that water. I think that water back good in Michigan, man.
Hey, listen. I know I should deep down go with the Lions because I do like Jared Goff. I like Amon-Ra St. Brown. But Jared Goff he's not a game-changing quarterback. And I think if the Packers can keep it close, they will win. They'd win the game because I do think Detroit versus Green Bay is going to be the NFC Championship game.
Let me ask you this: who's the game changer on the Packers?
Jordan Love
over Josh Jacobs,
Christian Watson.
Oh yeah, Christian Watson too. Boy, hey,
that boy,
the guy who pulled his hamstring for half of the season last year.
That's a big boy too.
And you can't help yourself if you pull your hamstring. There's nothing you can do to prevent that.
I'm just saying, but what film has he put out to make him a game changer?
Christian Watson
on the field, he be kind of changing the game.
Nobody from the receiver corps is to the even close to what Devontae Adams is. And the quarterback nowhere close to Aaron Rodgers.
That receiving room is unfair. That's unfair because that Packers receiving room is young. That's unfair. That's unfair.
But that's what they have to go up against.
To compare that receiver room to an All-Pro, that's unfair.
He came into the league as an All-Pro. My guy Moo used to guard him in high school.
This is
guard who?
I'm just saying. That's
Devontae Adams.
Compare somebody like Christian Watson and the rest of that crew to Devontae. That's unfair.
But how much Devontae Adams gave you? I'm just curious to know.
Oh, actually, really, he didn't give me nothing at all.
That's what I'm talking about.
You might want to check the tape, man. You might want to check the tape.
That's all I know. I was like, hey, if it's under 100, it don't matter.
MT don't get a lot of recognition, but they got some guys coming up out of there, man. We pretty solid across the board from our high school. Okay, well, go ahead and give me your Super Bowl prediction. I like the Ravens. I just don't agree with the Packers. I feel like they still young, even though they made that spark last year. They still liable to make a mistake in the playoffs like that again.
That might be
Fair.
true.
That's fair.
But you got to remember, when Brett Favre took over the Packers and Brett Favre won his Super Bowl, the Packers were young during that time frame too, because Sterling Sharp was gone, and he was the most experienced receiver on that team.
Yeah, talking about a time where the talent is not where it's at today, though. The talent is.
Are you
across
sure?
Again,
Are
but
you sure?
Whoa, we got DNs damn near running 4 5s.
But this team went to the playoff with Watson and Romeo Dobbs.
Facts.
That should tell you something.
Against a weak NFC, though.
Wait. You just talked up the Cowboys. Now you want to talk about the NFC is weak? They beat the Cowboys. After you just talked about how great Dak was.
There's no the NFC is not as stacked as the AFC. You only got the Niners, the Cowboys, and Philly. Those are the 3 top teams.
But they beat a top team in the playoffs.
Yep.
Did they not? Yeah. Yes or no?
Yes, they did. But are they considered a top team in the NFC?
I just picked the Packers to be a top team. I definitely did. Willie, did I not?
Yep.
I feel like they might be. They might.
Yep. That's because they're young. But just because
only time will tell.
Just because you're young doesn't mean you can't be good. And the Texans just proved that point last year.
Until they ran into a more experienced team in the Ravens, and then they lost. Yeah.
Yeah, you said the Ravens against the Packers. Oh no,
I
that's
said
a
the
terrible
Ravens.
Super Bowl.
Ain't a damn thing wrong. That big Super Bowl to me. You got two great coaches.
Who is on the Packers defense? Who's the impact player?
Wait. Who the hell is on the Cowboys that make you think the Cowboys is going to the Super Bowl? They have the same exact team that have underachieved for the past 3 years.
Thank you, DJ.
Are we serious?
Thank you.
I think if Diggs played last year, we're talking a whole different scenario, man.
Oh my God!
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, but I'm just putting it out there.
So what about 2 years ago? Then when
But
Diggs
that's a huge fight. I'm just looking at this scenario. You're looking at a person that can cut off half of the field for your defense.
If he's given if Diggs can't cut up half the field, if he's given the most yards by a defensive back, he can't cut off half of the field.
We might have to do a top 10.
You're falling straight into the same trap that Cowboys fans fall into all the time.
And ESPN.
Y'all are looking at the interceptions. Yes, he's getting a lot of interceptions, and you're saying they're not thrown to his side. But in order for him to get those interceptions, guess what they have to do? Willie.
He gambles on the ball a lot. But also, like I mentioned earlier, go ahead, Willie.
And when Diggs is not getting interceptions, what's happening? He's getting burnt.
Up yards.
He getting burnt. He getting burnt up.
But we're looking at him coming back. I don't know.
You just seem to get burned on fly routes. Come on, man.
Okay, but look, I don't know if he coming back playing nickel or if he's playing DB. Also,
he
he's
might
playing
not
the wrong side.
Yep.
Oh, come on, stop the bullshit, bro. Stop the bullshit. He's not gonna play at all.
I'm just saying, some people tear or break their leg. They either break their leg or tear their ACL, and they don't come back the same ever.
Okay,
that is a fact.
All right.
I'm just look. I'm not everybody's Adrian Peterson, bro.
Along with a safety who had a breakout year, dude. Like,
okay. So I will say this. What I'm more looking at for Dick's standpoint is that bless you. Is that he is playing corner, and to play corner, you're more reactive, which means you're more prone to have to move lateral, being more reactive than you taking the lead on what you're doing. If he was playing receiver, I'd be more open to the fact that he returned the same. But because you're having to be reactive and make those quick moves, because you kind of have to anticipate, and if you anticipate wrong, for you to recover is going to be a problem once you tear your ACL or break your leg. And that's what I'm looking at it as. Yeah.
And all
I just think he plays more man than other than playing shell. I think he gambled on a lot. He might just play more man close to the ball more so than playing the ball. He might just play.
That's more feeding into my point of he has to be more reactive because he's playing man. Because he can't just give up on the play because somebody beats him over the top and he has a safety over the top. He's
Who's the DC for Dallas this year?
I don't know.
Because Quinn got
fired, right?
Yeah, Quinn got the job at the Commanders.
Quinn got the job against their division guys. So I'm really curious who's the DC.
I'm rooting. I hope Diggs comes back full strength. You know, so I really hope he do because I'm not one of the people that be like, man, I'm rooting for him never to come back the same, this and that. Okay. So I hope he does because I really hope he do. But
let's get the ball rolling.
But I've also seen other people suffer the same injury and never come back the same too. And that's what I'm more worried about. Is
we got 3 guys with the Ravens and different NFC contenders. What you got? Moo?
Hey, Moo, you lagging?
Yeah, you definitely lagging, my guy.
I tell my dad.
You still lagging?
Ravens and Lions.
Yeah, you sounding terrible. You choppy and everything.
Oh, I forgot. Mike Zimmer's coming back for your defensive coordinator. I bet that makes you feel real. I bet that makes you feel real good. I bet that makes you feel real good. And Mike Zimmer. Make you feel real
Mike
good.
Zimmer and fucking what's his name?
Never in years have you ever felt good about any Mike Zimmer led team.
Oh my God.
I mean, I feel okay about the Vikings, but that was about it.
Mike Zimmerman just looks crazy, bro. He just looks crazy, bro. I ain't trying to get a red flag on y'all stream or anything, but yeah, he looked just like what you know what I'm gonna say, bro. He's terrible. He's terrible at calling defenses.
Trash.
But who got a house phone?
I'm in my lady's office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I got the Ravens and the Lions. Way too early Super Bowl matchup. Ravens and Lions.
Ravens and Lions.
You don't know what that either.
That's boring. That's two running games.
Hold on now.
How's
The Lions know the ball.
How's that boring?
I like boring.
That's a Thanksgiving game.
Hold on,
Samuel Laporta.
You mean like football back in the day with
St. Brown? What?
Both of y'all was talking at the same time.
Boy, you don't like ground and pound? What's wrong with that?
Willie, by the way,
I play running back. I love running the football, but what I'm saying is Styles make
you hate Mike Zimmer. Guess who was the Vikings head coach when the Vikings beat the Saints in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Shut up, man.
I was trying not to say it, but I couldn't hold that in there. I had to rub it in your face real quick because I was like, I know I'm not tripping.
You know what? But you know, I blame that. That was all the DB, man. Particularly on that last catch. That's all the DB.
Diggs to the house.
Marcus Williams.
That's all the DB.
I always said it. Why?
Yeah, it's always Marcus Williams. It's always Marcus Williams. He went on to be great. Got a big contract with the Ravens, but that was all Marcus Williams.
Why would you not go for that? Was a horrible angle he took. I don't care.
Hey, you guys don't have Marshawn Lattimore no more, neither, right?
No, Marshawn's still with us.
Man, they still got Lattimore.
Marshawn's still with us.
Yeah, no, they still got Lattimore.
Marshawn ain't going nowhere, man.
Nah, he ain't going nowhere. They keep talking about he ain't trade talks. He ain't going nowhere.
Every single
he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, y'all DB cores. Oh, y'all got what? Marshawn Lattimore and the Honey Badger.
Now we got Honey Badger, we got Lattimore, but backing them up is a young crew with Paulson and Debo. So,
but even your linebackers is who is that? Davis?
The Mario Davis ain't getting no younger. And Cam,
y'all all on the defensive side, and Cam Johnson,
Cam Jordan ain't getting up. Cam Jordan ain't getting no younger.
Jordan, yeah.
This is the problem. This is my problem with the Saints. They always kicking the can down the road when it comes to signing players and re-signing players and working with that particular structure. They're always kicking the can down the road, and you can't do that. You cannot do that. At some point, you're gonna have to take your losses and start to rebuild. They're always kicking the can down the road. Huh?
Derek Carr.
Oh, Derek Carr.
Derek Carr. Yeah.
And a lot of their roster decisions, CC, is based on Derek Carr being the quarterback.
Yeah, my twin Alvin Kamara need to get the fuck up out of there, man. He gotta go.
He gonna be gone after this year because they ain't gonna pay that man $30 million. He gonna be gone after this season. They ain't paying that man $30 million because I know I wouldn't. That man be on the wrong side of 30.
Are they gonna take another running back to replace him?
They should have in the draft.
You supposed
they
to
got
have
Williams.
You're supposed to have him already in Kendra Miller, but he always hurt. I didn't like that draft pick at all with Kendra. I hated it. He came into the damn league hurt.
That's true.
I hate Kendra Miller, man. And even Dennis Allen is starting to get salty now because the media is asking about him, and Dennis Allen is saying, "Hey, you got to be on the field to be on the team."
Hey, Moo, MVP.
Yeah, way too early MVPs, man. DJ Michael B kick us off.
Oh shit! I was not expecting to kick us off. I had to go do some research. I am going with.
Don't you
It's
sit
pretty.
there. I think you gonna say.
It's pretty much a quarterback's. It's pretty much a quarterback-driven award, which is absolutely stupid because I think Christian McCaffrey should have won last year. So whatever.
Agreed.
He did make that case for Christian McCaffrey last year. That is true.
I am going to go with. Fuck it. Give me the underguard. I'm going Jared Goff.
Whoa.
Hey, Goff for MVP.
Oh, wow.
Willie, who we got for too early MVP?
Does you
what do you have to back it up?
I think the Lions are going to have a great season. Overall,
so they win in their division.
I do think the Lions are winning their division.
It's going to be a dogfight.
So that counters your Super Bowl pick.
No,
right?
it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It does not count It doesn't count my Super Bowl pick because literally earlier I just said I think the Texans will eventually make it to the NFC Championship game, but I think they're only going 10-7 because they have a whole bunch of new pieces they're going to have to incorporate.
Right.
What I think is the Lions are coming off a year where they finally put it together, and Jared Goff and the Lions are going to come out the gate blazing.
Preach it.
But I think when they get to the playoffs, they might hit a wall.
So you got them losing in the divisional round against the Packers.
I don't have them losing the divisional round against the. It depends on the matchup, but I don't think the Packers and the Lions are going to play each other in the divisional round. I don't think they play each other in the divisional round because I think the Lions are either going to finish 1 and 2. So as long as the Packers, if the Lions finish 1 and the Packers were to finish 5, or if they finish 5, they would play the number 2 seed. Because I don't think they're going to be. We must got
a lot of Niner haters in here.
I have a whole bracket broken down in my book. Yeah, I have a whole bracket broken down in my book. And
I'm just saying how we discount the Niners.
I got the Lions. I got the Lions finishing number 2, but I have the Packers being number 5 and avoiding playing the Lions. And I think the Lions will lose in divisional round to somebody else.
Where's the Niners on your
number
list?
Number one. I got the Niners finishing number 1.
All right.
Yeah. I do have the Niners finishing number 1, and they'll have a bye week, and they'll be playing on my bracket. They'll be playing the Packers in the divisional round, and the Lions be playing whoever else I had. So,
so you got Matt Leinart beating Kyle Shanahan the first divisional round. Oh,
Hey, this is a game of
Like the
hypotheticals and a game of matchups.
Imagine Stephen A. going buck crazy.
I like the sound of that though.
I don't give a damn what Stephen A. do. I ain't Stephen A.
I'm just saying.
I like the sound of that.
I can hear it now. Oh my God! You're not gonna pay Brock Purdy. You're not paying Brock Purdy after he done shitted in the divisional round. They gotta get rid of some of them pieces.
This is what I know. If Christian McCaffrey gets hurt, the 49ers ain't going far. That's what I know. Because and also let's keep it real here. Brandon Ayuk also requested a trade to leave the 49ers. So let's talk about that too, factoring in.
He's not leaving.
Hey, just because you don't leave, don't mean you're not disgruntled being on that team. And you're not playing your best because you're disgruntled. I took all the outside factors into it because everybody has to be on the same page.
They don't need him to play his best. They need him to block.
Right on time. Right on time.
The fuck? They need him to block.
Brandon, who to block?
Ayuk to block.
Brandon Ayuk was damn near the best receiver last year in the league. What are you talking
and
about?
He was the best receiver blocker too. He was the best receiver blocker too.
I love Ayuk. I ain't gonna lie.
I really, what I say might have some San Francisco 49er fans kind of looking at me sideways, but I already have Ayuk and Deebo Samuel.
You're damn right.
I'd rather have Ayuk and Deebo Samuel.
You're damn right. Hey, 2 years ago, this would have been different.
If you had
before the 49ers got Christian McCaffrey, I would have still picked Deebo. But because the 49ers have Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel is expendable.
Yep.
Because Deebo
if you're taking Ayuk over Deebo, get ready to switch half of that playbook.
No, I disagree.
What?
Because,
you disagree?
Listen.
Deebo got 50% of the plays.
Listen to what I'm saying. 2 years ago, that would have been true because Deebo was the best running back and the best receiver on the team. He's no longer the best running back on the team.
Exactly.
And he's no longer the best receiver on the team.
Exactly.
Ayuk is the best receiver, and Christian McCaffrey is the best running back.
Exactly.
That is the difference.
He don't need to be. He's the best hybrid on the team.
He is, but hybrids can be.
He's the best conversion guy. He's the best conversion guy.
You're absolutely right. But you could flip Deebo. If you really wanted to, you could flip Deebo and get a better number two on the team to play number two to Ayuk and probably be better off.
Yep.
Based on their offense. Because Deebo was taking them about 75% of the offense before. Deebo's role diminished once they got Christian McCaffrey. Deebo's role diminished once Brandon Ayuk took over as the number one in San Francisco. He's no longer number one in either one of those roles.
I'm going to end it on this. When Deebo got hurt, Ayuk was nowhere to be found.
Ayuk was there to be found. Don't do that.
Don't do that to Brandon.
He was there to be found. The only difference.
They was losing games.
The only difference that happened when Deebo got hurt is they could double team Ayuk and take him out the game. That's all they could do.
Who the fuck is double teaming Ayuk? Get the fuck out of here.
What?
I don't think.
Man,
nobody's double teaming BA. Nobody's double teaming BA. Get the fuck out of here with that, bro.
They doubled Ayuk. You stop that.
What? They're stacking the box. They're not doubling Ayuk.
George Kittle saw more double teams than Brandon Ayuk last year.
Come on, stop with the bullshit, bro.
Stop it. They played the safety over the top to keep Ayuk at base.
Flag on the play.
You stop that. Don't
flag on the play.
They played over the top on Ayuk and under Ayuk.
No.
That bay. You stop that nonsense. And then when Debo came back and everybody was a man, Ayuk started eating again.
Yep.
My man said Ayuk being double.
Because you had the single cover him.
Doubling Ayuk.
No. See, what you got to understand what I mean by double. I'm not saying they're doubling him right off the line. I'm saying there's two guys committing underneath and over on Ayuk. There's a safety committing to Ayuk over the top. And there's a
they're not
yes,
shell cover two on Ayuk, bro.
Yes,
Trust
they
me, no.
did.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
Go back and look.
Go back and watch.
Go back and look at the game last year. Go back and look at the game. Go back and look at the game last year.
Some trash ass low teams.
Go back and look at that game.
Ain't no top defense doubling Ayuk. Shell or no shell. Ain't no team doubling Ayuk. I can tell you this: when Seattle play them, we're not doubling Ayuk.
Maybe the trash ass
it's either Witherspoon or fucking Woolen.
Well, maybe the trash ass Cowboys should have.
I'm not talking about the Cowboys.
I'm just saying. You saying not a good team? Maybe the Cowboys should have.
Oh my god!
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. That team made it. When Christian McCaffrey came over, it took all that playbook away from Debo. All that playbook away from Debo, and it made him more of a receiver than he was
he
a
took
runner.
all the playbook from bro. What the fuck?
He did. He took all the runner plays from Debo.
He took all
the playbook is Debo and McCaffrey. That's all the playbook.
That's
50-50.
That's not necessarily
the Niners offense is Debo and McCaffrey.
Because you got George Kittle in play too.
Run that.
Okay.
Tell him what's up.
The other 15, the other 25. What the fuck you want?
Come on, man. Don't be sitting there disrespecting
you
George.
You want to go 40, 20?
That's one of the best tight ends in the game.
He's a top 3 tight end. He's not the best because Kelsey is the best.
I said one of. I didn't say the best. One of.
Yeah, but where he's the best at is fucking blocking.
I'm sorry. Look. I'm sorry, man. You know, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But what's Brandon Ayuk average from last year? 17.9.
On how many receptions?
75 receptions.
He didn't get 100 receptions, and you talking about he's getting double?
75.
He didn't get 100 receptions, and you talking about he's getting double?
Wait.
Come on.
Debo got 60.
Back me up, move.
60 receptions.
Bro, you play DB. Stop this nonsense, bro.
Games.
Stop this nonsense, move.
You stop it.
Stop this nonsense,
listen,
move. Come on, bro.
Had 500 more receiving yards than Debo. 500 more. You stop it.
Debo also
look at the all-purpose. Give me the all-purpose yards then. Give me the all-purpose. He's a hybrid.
As a stat.
Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
He get hurt last year too.
This is true.
Stop it.
I'm sorry.
So Debo also did get hurt last year too.
It is true.
Debo got hurt in one game. He played 15 games. And then yards rushing, he had 225.
He was out for 3 games. The 3 games they lost, he was out.
He played 15 games last year.
All right.
You played 16.
All right.
And then his receiving yards plus his rushing yards don't even equal to Brandon Ayuk's 1,342 yards. It doesn't even equal to that. What are you talking about?
Let me search this shit.
Why are you doing that? Let me go ahead and give my my MVP. And it's
892 yards receiving, 225 yards rushing.
So he averaged 14.9 per reception.
Go ahead and break this down for y'all real quick, okay?
And Ayuk averaged 17.9.
Okay. Ayuk led the team in receiving yards. I'm trying to figure out Debo all-purpose yards.
I just told you, unless he's getting kickoffs, it's right over 1,000 because it's 892 plus 225 rushing. There you go, which is still under 1,342.
and still not as good as what Brandon Ayuk did.
What I will say though is Debo's yards after the catch kills people.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I will say. His thing to absorb contact and keep going is crazy because Debo's built like Nick Chubb.
He is.
He's built like Nick Chubb.
But BA's best.
So
season,
he didn't even break 1,000 yards.
I'm not talking about his best season. I'm specifically talking about last year. That's all I'm saying. Last year, Brandon Ayuk had more yards.
And somebody correct me. And somebody
more receptions.
And somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Brandon Ayuk's performance has gone up year after year. Am I correct on that, DJ?
Yes, you are.
Bro, he averaged 6.1 yards per carry, bro. You can't tell me you say what? Bro, come on, stop it, bro. Stop it.
I'm not saying no. I literally
him and McCaffrey in the backfield.
I literally sat here and said, "Hey, because McCaffrey is on the team, and you saying 6.1 yards per carry, but he's carrying less because Christian McCaffrey is on the team."
Yep.
So he's carrying less. He's a change of pace from Christian McCaffrey. He's carrying less. Christian McCaffrey is your running back. He's going to have more handoffs as a running back because that's what Christian McCaffrey does. I am saying it is a lot easier to replace Debo with a number 2 receiver than it is to keep Debo and replace Brandon Ayuk because you're not getting another number 1 receiver.
Disrespecting the running game.
I'm not.
The running game just take the running game is more Christian McCaffrey than it is Debo.
I'm not disrespecting the running game. It's 225 yards.
Yep.
That's what he had in 15 games.
225 compared to a guy who was in favor for MVP.
It's literally Debo ran for 225 yards.
No, I got it right here on the thing. Samuel topped off with another 5 scores and 225 yards on 37 rushing attempts. A good 6.1 yards per carry. Yeah. But I'm just talking over y'all. We're going off of one season. You can't sit here and tell me that defenses are not fucking scheming for Debo.
We're not
are they scheming for a Brandon Ayuk more than Debo?
Hey, I'm not saying they are, but to your point, you said when Debo was out, Brandon Ayuk played like trash. But to be fair, Debo only missed 1 game less than Brandon Ayuk. So what you're saying isn't 100% true.
Debo missed 3 games last year.
Yeah, I don't know what he's saying, bro. So he's saying there's 1 game less.
Okay, if he played 1 game less because Brandon Ayuk played 16 games. And if you
I'm just gonna put this stat out there. Every game Debo was out, they fucking lost. Every game Debo was in, they won.
Okay.
Niggas is scheming for Debo. They not scheming for Brandon Ayuk.
That don't necessarily mean. Okay, that don't necessarily mean they're scheming for because here we go.
Well,
all right, hey, no.
That's the product. The product is.
Hey, Willie, let me ask you a question real quick. Let's take it to the realm of basketball, right?
Mm-hmm. We going to basketball from football. What the fuck we doing?
Okay, you want to keep it in football? You want to keep it in football then?
Whatever helps your point.
If you want to keep it in football, I'm a Texans fan, right? Let's keep it a buck. I'm a Texans fan.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say we take it back a couple of years when Andre Johnson and Kevin Walter was on the team.
Ooh.
Okay. Kevin Walter is out. And the Texans lose every game when Kevin Walter is out for 3 straight games. They're like, hey, every time Kevin Walter was out, the Texans lost when Andre Johnson was playing. Does that mean Kevin Walter is more valuable than Andre Johnson. Does that mean Kevin Walter is better than Andre Johnson? No, it doesn't.
Nope.
It absolutely doesn't. But if Andre Johnson is out and Kevin Walter plays and the Texans win.
So you saying Ayuk is more valuable than Debo?
No. What I'm telling you is.
Then that doesn't support your fact.
Yes, it does. Because you didn't let me finish what I was going to say. Just because Debo was out and they lost, it doesn't mean it wasn't a bad matchup that they played for that team. While he was out.
I see what you're saying.
It wasn't a bad matchup.
But
one of their impact players.
Hey. Also remember, when Debo was out, Brock Purdy missed games too. But y'all overlooking that fact.
Who's the guy you said again? Something
Kevin
Walsh.
Walter. Kevin Walter.
Kevin Walter. Who was more of an impact player, him or Andre Johnson?
Andre Johnson was.
Okay then.
And I'm telling you, Brandon Ayuk was last year for San Francisco. Literally. Brock Purdy missed games while Debo was out. Or did you forget that too?
What game did Purdy miss?
Purdy missed 3 or 4 games last year. Purdy was out last year.
He didn't miss the game that Debo was out because the Cleveland Brown game, Purdy was in. They lost. All the games that they lost was close games. It was like field goals.
Okay,
games.
Right. Okay, so you're also not factoring point differential, and you're also not factoring also the competition they played when Debo was out.
I'm just keeping it funky, man.
There's a lot of different variables.
No. Well, there's a lot of variables if you go to any sport, if you go into detail. All I'm saying is, to keep it funky, defensive coordinators are scheming for Debo more than they scheming for Brandon Ayuk. Point blank period.
I don't think that's gonna be the same thing coming this year.
That's the case. I really don't think that's the case.
I definitely don't think that's the case.
Wow.
I don't think that's the case.
Because and I say, look,
wow.
I love Debo Samuel. I'm a Debo Samuel fan. I wish GQ was on here. My boy GQ.
You telling me defensive coordinators ain't scheming on a nigga that can count a 5-yard, 10-yard out, and a nigga that can run up the middle?
No. That's not what I said. I straight up said when Debo is out, they are doubling Brandon Ayuk with one over the top and one in man.
No, we're talking both of them in the game. Who is defensive coordinator scheming on?
Oh, okay. So you asked me that question. I didn't hear you ask me that specific question.
I said defensive coordinators are scheming more for Debo more than they're scheming for Brandon Ayuk. Yes or no?
Subjective. Even when Debo's out, they scheme.
Subjective. I think they're scheming based on who they have in the backfield on the defense. I do. Because I feel like it. No, because if they have good linebackers, they're scheming to stack the box. But if they don't have linebackers, they're scheming to play over the top, and that's a fact.
I raise my case. I'm a Seahawks fan, dog, and I'm backing up the Niners. This is just killing me right now.
Is that not true?
I can't believe it.
Defensive coordinators are scheming based on the strength of their defense. So if your backs are the strength of your defense, you're going to
just like Rosa Parks said back in the day. Nah, nigga, nah.
When I'm speaking facts, now you say nah, nigga. But if your defensive backs are the strength of your team, if defensive backs are the strength of your team, you're going to play for the receivers over the top because you're not going to give up big yards. You're not going to want to give up big yards because that's the strength of your team.
It depends on what team you're talking about.
That's what I'm saying, Willie.
Not a lot of teams got defensive backs.
What did I just say?
Defensive backs.
He just proved your point.
Now you're making my point.
Right, you're making his point.
I literally just said it depends on the strength. I literally just said it depends on the strength of the defense.
He's telling you based off defensive personnel how teams are going to scheme against the 49ers.
They're not just coming out double teaming Debo. if their linebackers are good, they're going to if they have better linebackers than over the top, they're going to scheme over the top double for Brandon Ayuk, but leave Debo in single coverage because he's going across the middle most of the time.
Yep.
Because that's his strength, yard after catch. Literally, that's the strength. So they're going to leave him in single coverage going across the middle, whereas they're going to double team over the top for Brandon Ayuk. That's basic football. Literally basic football.
But they do that for George Kittle more than Ayuk, though.
Do they? Because I watched the San Francisco 49ers last year, and George Kittle did not have the best season last year. I'm just saying.
But that's what I'm saying, though. But that's what I'm saying about George Kittle, though.
And then again, with George Kittle catches the pass close up. So if they have good linebackers, they're going to leave him in single coverage with a linebacker.
Oh yeah, and he's going to be in the flat. He's going to be in the flat more close to the line of scrimmage. I got you.
Correct.
I got you.
Specifically, George Kittle had the most down the field catches than he's ever had in his entire career.
Right, because he was matched up against linebackers playing him.
No,
I got a question.
And he's burning linebackers.
The 3 games that Debo didn't play and that Ayuk played, George Kittle and CMC were the focal points.
So wait, Moo, let me ask you a question. Did George Kittle catch his longest passes and his most passes when Debo Samuel was out?
In the game that Ayuk actually had over 100 yards,
which means they were doubling Ayuk because George Kittle was left.
No, they weren't.
So that don't mean they're doubling him, bro. That don't mean they're doubling him.
No, they didn't. When they played the Browns, they left Ayuk out there on an island.
I know y'all ain't talking about the Browns, right? Bro,
the Browns had one of the best defenses last year. What are you talking about?
I know y'all ain't talking about the Browns. Nonetheless,
the Browns had a top 10 defense last year.
The top 3
with the defensive player of the year on the defense.
Nonetheless,
and they left
the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, he's backing out. He's backing out now.
How am I backing out? How am I backing out?
You said nonetheless. Those are backing out words.
Yeah, no, that doesn't mean I'm backing out. That does not mean I'm backing out. I'm saying, nonetheless, Brandon Ayuk was guarded in the front and over the top.
Can you name me the top 3 players on the Niners offense?
Excluding the quarterback, or can I name the quarterback?
Whatever you want to do.
Before you do
the
that,
floor is yours.
Before you do that, I just want to say I'm gonna holler at y'all next week. It's 1 o'clock in the morning for me, so I got work.
Oh damn!
And I got work tomorrow, so I'm gonna holler at y'all next week.
All right, Will. It was nice talking to you, my guy.
All right, man. Laters.
We're gonna pick up on this next week, Will. All right. Now, what was it? You said the top 3 for.
Damn, we didn't get his answers for MVP
I know. I'm going. I always put the quarterback in the top 3 because the quarterback has to go in the top 3. They just
he's the most responsible.
Purdy and Christian McCaffrey, and it's a toss-up between Ayuk and Kittle. God damn.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yo, this is crazy.
Oh, shit.
This is crazy.
I'm going to go George Kittle because George Kittle is probably top 2 or 3.
I rest my case.
But
I rest my case.
I don't have Debo in the top 5 at his position.
You don't got him in top. Yo, this is
because Debo's position is receiver, so I don't have him as a top 5 running back or a top 5 receiver.
He's a number 2 running back, and he's either number 1 or number 2 receiver.
But I just said I don't have him as a
based off the stats last year. If you want to go off stats, he's the number 2 receiver.
Okay, based off of stats last year, he's the number 2 receiver on San Francisco. And
based off of production, he's number 1.
He got over 1,000 yards, and Brandon Ayuk got over 1,300. You see what I'm saying? And Brandon
But based on production,
and Brandon Ayuk had more.
How many receptions did Ayuk get? Because Debo had 60.
He had 75.
Wow. So a guy in 15 games, he played less games than Ayuk. He gets 60 receptions and 37 rushing attempts.
Hey. Listen to what you're saying. You're telling me in one game, Debo would have had 15 receptions to catch up to Brandon Ayuk.
No, what I'm saying is he missed 3 games. He missed 3 games. But what I'm saying is, all-purpose yards, he's still 1,000. He's a 1,000-yard guy. Right. All-purpose.
And Brandon Ayuk had more yards receiving than Debo's all-purpose yards between receiving and rushing.
I get that, but I understand that. But what I'm saying is, this guy does 2 things where your guy does 1.
Oh, okay. And you're saying my guy does 1 thing and your guy does 2. And between those 2 things,
you just said Debo after the catch.
Yes.
Is more diabolical than anybody in the game.
I said yes. Yes, I did. I said Debo after the catch is crazy.
So what are we talking about here?
I did say that. But Brandon Ayuk is also catching 17.9
and he's not top 5 on his team?
Who's not top 5? What you mean top 5 on his team? I didn't say Debo wasn't top 5 on his team. You asked me the top 3 players.
You just said Debo not the top 5 receiver on his team.
No, not on his team. I said in the NFL because you said name your top 5. You said the top 5, and I was like, you top 3 on the team in offense, and I named you the top 3 in offense on the team, and I said Debo's not top 5 at his position in the NFL, whether it's running back or receiving.
We know that because he's a hybrid.
Right, but that's what I said. I didn't say he wasn't top 5 on his team. He's obviously top 5 on his team. Obviously.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he wasn't top 5 on his team.
No. Okay. I said top 5 at his position in the NFL.
Right. Yeah. I understand where you stand.
I understand where you stand.
All right. So look, before we get out of here, because we coming up on a 2-hour show. Cece, you got any final thoughts for the fans out there?
Man, first of all, I want to appreciate you guys for having me tonight. Sorry I came on late. I mean, I was supposed to be come on for a long time, man. My God moved. I shout out every time that I can, give you guys love, give you guys likes and follows, shout you guys out. But my last words is just be prepared for this upcoming football season. That's NFL and college. What the pigskin is about to do this year is unheard of. With the schedules, the games coming up, the matchups, we are about to watch football at an all-time high this year. So that gives people like us, guys like you guys, opportunity to speak on the matchups and everything that's coming up. So everything that's about to happen, it sucks tonight that it was a rainstorm in the Hall of Fame game, because I guarantee you tomorrow, if it wasn't that's what everybody would have talked about besides Simone Biles. Shout out the Olympians out there taking care of business for USA. But this upcoming NFL and college football season is about to be a terror. They are coming for the NBA head, and they really about to show their ass, bro. We getting football on every holiday this year. This is unheard of. And we getting football on Saturday. We getting NFL on Saturdays during the week. It's gonna be so much football. I don't think a lot of people settled in and looked at what the season's coming up at. Like if you just go and look, if you got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Just go look up NFL holiday season. It's nothing but football.
DJ Micah B, what you got for us?
First off, shout out to CC for coming on tonight.
Appreciate you, my guy.
I love going against somebody that understands football and understands sports. So this was definitely a fun debate for me. Y'all know what it is, man. Make sure you tune in tomorrow to the best damn football show on the internet, period, CC. You got to tune in to Inside the Huddle with Mel and Moo. They're going to break down some crazy things. They're going to break it down to the point where if you don't know football, you'll know football after. They're going to break down schemes. They're going to tell you all. They're going to break down plays. They do all of it. That's what they're doing Inside the Huddle. They break it down so the average fan can understand what's going on. And, of course, Monday, you catch me on Basket to Basket. Wednesday, you catch me on Gentleman's Talk. You catch me and Moo on Gentleman's Talk because Moo's there most of the time now. Other than that, Willie, I know you're gone. Appreciate you. Don't forget, WWE SummerSlam is this weekend. Ruiz fights this weekend. Is it Crawford that fights this weekend? I think Terrence Crawford fights this weekend too.
Yes, 1 o'clock PST.
Mm-hmm.
Terrence Crawford also fights this weekend.
Crawford, Pitbull, and Big Baby. So super card. Saudi Arabia.
I'm telling y'all don't want to miss next week on From the Sidelines because we're going to be going through all that, every single thing. We appreciate you.
Don't preseason start next week too?
Yes, sir.
Preseason football started today, technically, but yeah, of course, for every other team, it starts next week.
Y'all gonna be active.
Football is back, baby. I'm so excited. What Kevin Hart say? So excited. You know? I'm ready to go. We're going to keep up with From the Sidelines Fantasy League. Coming to kick y'all ass this year. I need Joe Burrow to come back kicking ass because that's my quarterback. But other than that, yeah, I'm out, man. Y'all have a good night.
Hey, man. Y'all heard first from the fellas. Willie had to cut out here early. It is 1 a.m. We went a little long today, but we had a good conversation. That's what we like to do.
We needed to.
Make sure you guys tap into the rest of the shows throughout the rest of the week. Like my boy said, Inside the Huddle on Friday, Basket to Basket Monday. We got Gentleman Talk, but we're going to be assembling the Infinity Gauntlet again on Wednesday, PVT Thursday, and then we back again. You know, like my boy DJ said, football is back, so we're going to have a whole bunch of content coming for y'all. Like CC said, make sure y'all understand, y'all check it out, the college football season, the NFL season, because what the Pigskin going to be doing in the air is going to be crazy. And if you participate in fantasy football, get ready because fantasy football this year is going to be absolutely insane. I do got a league out there. I got a few spots open. If you want to be in it, tap in with me. Other than that,
let's go. I'm in it
tomorrow. Peace.
Girl, you rockin' like